chapter, we're going to look at trills and the bisbigliando, which is a kind of special kind of long double-handed trill and effect that we can do on the harp. So what's important when we play trills on the harp is that we keep the arm and the wrist as relaxed as possible, enabling us to trill and to move our hand as much as possible. So we're going to, in the right hand, let the wrist gently rest on the side of the harp and then oscillate, move the wrist a little bit like this from side to side when we play the trill. Again, we're still making sure the fingers come into our palm and the thumb over the top, but always making sure we keep this movement in the wrist. So the right hand, same thing in the left hand. So let's keep our elbow out and just make sure that this wrist always keeps moving from side to side. So we keep the movement going. And then the next group of exercises, you can repeat them at will or continue to play for as long as you feel like you can. So these exercises are all about building up that trill. So we start with the right hand, let our wrist gently rest on the side of the harp, and we'll start with 2 on 3 in the right. Then 3 1 2. 2 3 1. And then 1 3 2. Put those both together. This time add the 4th as well. And then put that into a trill, 2 1 3 1 2 1 3 1, making sure we always keep this oscillation going in the wrist. So you should be able to play this trill indefinitely. So start slower and get the oscillation going in the right, in the wrist, and see if you can gradually make it a bit quicker. Two, 1 3 1 with a third. This time, instead of changing 2 1 3 1, we'll just keep to 2 1 2 1. And then 3 1 3 1. And then the same in the left hand. So we start with just 2 on 3. 3 1 2. 2 3 1. 1 3 2. And put those together. Same as we did in the right hand with this trill, let's remember to keep oscillating and moving this wrist to make sure we try and keep the arm as relaxed as possible. So 2 1 3 1. Start nice and slow and then gradually speed up if you can. Try 2 1 3 1 at a third. And then this time just stick on 2 1 2 1. Always make sure that that wrist is moving. And 3 1 3 1. In this next part, we're going to look at the bisbigliando, which is basically just a very long double-handed trill. Now for these, I always rest both arms on the harp, including the left hand, just to give it that extra bit of relaxation. And the trick is in the flick of the wrist. So when we play, we're going to flick back the wrist and keep that movement going as much as possible so that your hands and your arms and your wrists don't seize up. So if we start slowly on 2 1 2 1 in both hands, after we play, flick the wrist back. Back it goes. And gradually build up the tempo. And get faster and faster until eventually you're playing it as fast as you can and it becomes a sort of little murmur. And if you get the flick right and you're nice and relaxed, you should be able to play these bisbigliando for quite some time. So the next one is in a third, and we're going to change from the 2 1 to a 2 1 and then a 3 1 in both hands. So 2 1 2 1 3 1 3 1 2 2 3 3. And again, slowly build up the tempo. Three notes this time, 3 2 1 3 2 1. Same principle, keeping the wrists nice and relaxed and that flick. Same sort of thing, but different notes this time, a slightly bigger stretch. 3 2 1 3 2 1 in a triad. And then why not try the last one as well, where we're 4 fingers this time. Same thing. Good luck with your trills and bisbigliando practice.